So as you know, as an INELEC student, the 3 first years you are faced to several modules which can let you make choice about the future options. So for me, in my case, I fell in love with the control engineering studies. Now talking about the professional side, as you may know, the majority of the Algerian industries are either automated or partially automated. So there is a lot of work to do in the Algerian industries.
I've always liked green and renewable energies. This option really gave me the chance to really get into it and develop my skills. And here I am doing my master thesis on solar trackers that are used in solar plants.
At first I didn't have really the choice because of my ranking, but now I feel like I developed a passion for this field.
Actually, to choose this option, it was really hard choice because I was hesitating between controller and computer. But then I followed what I wanted. Like, I really loved programming, and I felt like I had potential to create programs, and I was really interested in artificial intelligence and robotics. So this option gave me the chance to combine between these two fields.
According to the Algerian market, we can say that the main advantage is that telecommunication is highly asked for. But I think the main inconvenience at INELEC for this option is actually the lack of labs and practice.
We have a lot of labs, and in these labs you implement system. You do wire things and program them, and at the end you end up having something useful. So when you graduate, you have some competencies in which, like, you can implement robots, you can do things. And the main inconvenience is, like, we don't go far in our studies. Like, we don't have like modules like computer vision, artificial intelligence. They're not covered. And even for the, for example, we work with the Z80 microprocessor, and we don't use other microprocessor. So we cannot compete with students from other universities.
As an advantage, you could think about the balanced side of this master engineering program when we have the practical side of this program and the theoretical part. When talking about the practical part, we have modules like industrial automation, industrial instrumentation, also DCI, when you are obliged to do some mini projects at the end of each semester. Now, on the other hand, for the theoretical side, we have MIMO systems, nonlinear systems. So when we are integrating this master program, we'll be flexible in the two sides. So we can pursue a PhD career, professional career, or also a professional career in the industries. But as a disadvantage, despite of the rich side of the rich practical side of this option, we have a lack of, as you know, you are here INELEC students, you know that we have a lack in the practical hours.
Every firm and every company needs power engineers, so automatically they will recruit as power engineers as they can. So I think that's one. For disadvantages, well, see, power engineering is like a practical option. Here in INELEC we lack equipment and materials for the laboratory, so it is really inconvenient for a power engineer to work in such environment.
I think here it depends on the person himself, of its abilities, its plans, and the most important thing, how much money he's got in his pocket. So, as you know, in our country, there is a big change and very quick change. So I think that we must be very flexible to do the right choice, the right time. So for me, I think that I will let the choice for the future.
Well, I will definitely go for a master abroad. Not any master though, I will go for management or business administration master. See, you have an engineer and you have a manager. And the best combination is to have an engineer with the managerial skills. So yeah, a master abroad would be like perfect.
I would probably go for a master abroad. I feel like I need bigger experience, see the world, and have new challenges.
The most important ones are like if there is going to be PhD next year here at INELEC, because there is a possibility that there is going to be no PhD. And the second thing is the job opportunities. So if you don't get a PhD, so you have to worry about job opportunities and whether they're valuable or not. And the last and not least, the military service or national service. This is one, like, I think all the guys are worried about this problem.
Actually, I'm afraid of getting bored after my graduation. I'm kinda used to the student's life.
Everything, I think. You have this overwhelming vacancy in your life. You are like 5-year student in the university. Now you have this job hunting to do, 1 year of military service. Now this comes your GPA. You don't know if it meets the criteria of requirement in companies. I think that's a lot to handle.
So what worries me the most is that I won't be estimated at my true value as an INELEC student. For example, when we take the professional side, the new law of ANA, as you know, it says that you must be an inhabitant of the Worgla or Adara to work in the foreign companies which are installed there. I think it is really unfair. And now talking about the educational career, when you want to pursue a PhD, according to the work the PhD students are doing, it is their social status is really pathetic. So even after graduation, the PhD students are not paid as much as work they do.
Yes, it did help me a lot because we had a lot of interesting courses that proved useful in the professional world. And but there are also other courses that I wish we had, and due to the fact that the program is a little bit old, so I think introducing new courses would help a lot.
Well, any program in any university is considered as background for the professional life, even if you work in a domain that does not have any relation with your field of study. Of course, another important courses for the professional life, which are covered by our institute program, and some of them are really not, and some of them, unfortunately, they are not even covered by our institute program.
I think we have a very good program here at INELEC. What is missed is the organization. The courses must be well organized. For example, some courses are integrated in the master degree. They are not supposed to be, like probability, differential equations. I don't remember exactly what was the courses. Also, for choosing the option, I think it is preferable to choose the option when you are in the second year.
The advantages of INELEC program is that we study in English. This is the good point. And also, INELEC students are making it special through their motivations, ambitious, ability to learn new things, and ability to improve their skills. So the recruiters and the companies are interested in INELEC student rather than INELEC program. Unfortunately, there are some schools and universities, they have more chances in recruitment because they have partnership, not like INELEC.
The first advantage is the language, because we are taking directly from the source, which is, however, I think we cover more. We cover more courses than the other universities, which help us in the future. Also, for companies, I believe that they focus on the self skills, not your background, where you studied and where. I don't think that INELEC help you to be selected by, or to be the best grade, to be selected for a job?
It depends on the companies. Some companies know INELEC and have already worked with a lot of INELEC grads, so they know that they're qualified and they know what kind of instruction they had. So in most cases, yes, we do have an advantage over other institutions, but the opposite is also true. And there are some companies that favor other institutions, for example, University of Babzouar, or so it depends on the company.
The first one, internships, it is very important because when you start looking for a job, you consider your internships as professional experience. So you can apply for experienced jobs that need experience. You don't focus on entry-level programs. For GPA, some big companies like, I don't know, I can't give examples. GPA is very important, especially when you apply for a job that need research, need your educational background.
Well, in fact, they're all important. GPA, for example, will help you a lot if you want to carry on with a PhD or you want to carry on your studies abroad. As for trainings and extracurricular activities, recruiters do stress on that, and it gives you a lot more chances if you had done a lot of activities, because it tells the recruiters about your involvement, your motivation, and that kind of stuff. So it does help you in the interview and for the recruiters to consider your CV. As for certifications, they also do matter, because personally it did help me a lot. If you have extra certifications, it will help you in to have extra courses to cover for other courses that you didn't have in the academic course.
Well, internships and extra activities, trainings are important in recruitment. For GPA here in Nigeria is not really important unless the recruiter wants to hire you and pay a training for you abroad. In this case, GPA is really important. Also, GPA is really important abroad. Well, the good thing here at INELEC is that you can study any field you prefer and work in any domain, because the companies and the recruiters are looking for you as electrical and electronic engineers. Of course, and if you work in a domain that does not have any relation with your field of study, you will face some difficulties at the beginning, but I believe that most of INELEC students, they have the ability to learn new things more quickly.
You've probably heard that it doesn't matter that much, and most of the cases it is true, because most companies are going to have to train you, and it can be a training of a few months or it can exceed 1 year. So that is why they do not stress on that a lot, but they give more importance to your profile and the kind of activities you've done in parallel with your studies. In addition to, of course, in addition to your qualifications.
Companies, they don't focus on your field of studies, because you can find people in your field, like, I don't know, oil and gas or power electrical engineer. You can find mechanical engineer, chemical engineer working with you as electrical engineer. Even if you go to other fields, you can't face problems, because it is like procedures to follow and everything is gonna be easy, don't worry.
I gave is to study as much as you can. Be involved in as many activities as you can. Don't waste your time. If you get a job opportunity, seize that opportunity, because you might not get another one. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's good to work in multinational company, but also it's really good to start your career with small company, because in a small company you learn the passion, you learn the dream, you learn how to do so many things at the same time. But in a big company, like multinational companies, you are just like part of a machine. You learn only the processing. So my advice is that you start your career with a small company, then you move to the big company.
Being 100% yourself is better than being 100% perfect. They are looking for someone who know how to communicate with others. Also, another point is to can do. Always can do. Never say I can't, because they are looking for someone who say, okay, it's a challenge. Let's start this challenge. No problem. Also, the other point is to keep everything simple. You have to go fast. This is very important. Don't complicate your life. Life is easy, so take it easy.